We are live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Boiler Sessions number 4. This is our opening image for tonight. I will explain to you why we do this now, this way. Just a second. So welcome, everyone, coming in. Maybe you're not there yet. Okay. So we have an image tonight, opening Boiler Room Sessions, live stream performances tonight, number 4. And tonight you will not see me or Laisvie in the opening, but we have this opening image because we have a very special evening of lineup. We will start with a performance that needs this preparation. So it's like walking into a theater and the performers are already on stage, or you see the decor and the scene is already happening and you have to find your seat. So please walk in virtually in this boiler room session and have your seat, your drink, your food, and please chat with us and let us know you're there so I can welcome you and talk you through the evening. My name is Iris van Peppen and my co-host Laisvie Ochoa will be performing tonight. So you will not see or hear her now, but she will come later. So I take a little bit of a moment, take a little bit of time. We are early, we are soon. And I'm also trying to, for those, yes, there we are. So doing some technical things for myself so I can do all the things needed. Perfect. Yes. All set. So come into the boiler room sessions tonight, everyone. Number 4. Welcome. For those coming in now, we have a image, an opening image. You will not see me. You only hear me now. My name is Iris van Peppen, and tonight we start with a performance that has a scene. So it's like walking into the theater and you see the decor or the performers and you're already stepping into a world. So there's nothing wrong with your computer. It's just the opening image for the performance of tonight. So you hear me and I will, for those that are new, welcome, happy you're here. Boiler Room Sessions, what is that? Well, it's a dance, music, and performance art live stream for experimental art. And we like to curate the young and established professionals. The curators are myself, Iris van Peppen, and Laisvie Ochoa, who will be performing shortly. Now, why did we start this live stream? Everyone is now in confinement during COVID, and we particularly miss the live event through performance. To have a community, to have a shared moment in time where we see live performance work. So that's why we do these live streams. And tonight we have an amazing lineup. So we start with a duet between Laisvie Ochoa and Diana León, and I will tell you more about it later. This is the opening scene. Then afterwards, we will have Elsa van der Linden from Holland, music and performance work. And after that, we will have a performance of Marc Nukoop, experimental music performance. So 3 different works and all using such an amazing way of this medium, of this online medium, of this Zoom. So I would like to speak a little bit about the first performance. I'm very excited because I had a little peek, sneak peek of their rehearsal. It's so special. So Laisvie Ochoa and Diana León are 2 dancers and choreographers from Colombia, and they are part of this company called Cuerpos, and it's an inclusive dance company But then Laisvie moved to the Netherlands a few years ago, but she still wanted to be part of this company. So they started already work from a distance, uh, using this medium of Zoom and in their work. And they call that telematic dance. And telematic dance is dance when dancers are in different locations, but they're still connected through computer or through telecommunication. So that used to be in the theater where there was a projection of a dancer in other places. But they took this into a whole other level, using two different continents through Zoom and create work from a distance. So this duet is called Inseparable. That's the title. And they have been working in this way for the past year. So that was before COVID made us work in such a way. Though, so they were already pioneering in this way. And now in this time, they have developed this work further, specifically for this period and for tonight. So I would like to welcome you to the first duet called Inseparable by Laisvie Ochoa and Diana León. And before we start, I just want to say that please use our chat room so we know we are not alone. And I can also answer some questions or share your feedback for the artists. And after all the performances, we all come together and we can have a little chat all together. So for now, enjoy this performance, Inseparable. And this is the end of this performance. Thank you, Laisvie, Ochoa, and Diana, León. Wow, what a start of the Boiler Room Sessions number 4 tonight. So this is the first time you see me again, because we had an opening image with this performance. Wow. Thank you so much. I'd like to hear your thoughts, your comments. I need to take that role. Normally it is Laisvie, but she's very busy at the moment. For the people entering now the sessions, welcome. We just finished our first performance called Inseparable, and it's called Telematic Dance. 2 dancers in different rooms, and how did they juxtapose everything, right? So I'm going to check the reactions of you. It would be nice to hear. Oh, look, great response. A lot of applause. People love the unison. It's quite amazing to do this unison with this medium, huh? I agree. And to know that it is live, I found that fascinating. It's not edited, it's not a video, but it's made live, made me feel very part of it. Beautiful duality, says Johannes Karst. Nice, happy faces. Sponge 84, wow, love the creative compositions, the synchronicity and the feeling of being apart together. Exactly. What a small world we have now with this media. I just want to say that I'm not Boiler Room Sessions, so I put in, this is your host Iris from Peppen, with the website to their company, concuerpos.com, www.concuerpos.com. It is in the chat. So please check that out so you see their work. They do inclusive dance and a lot with video and animation. Oh, more. Eva the book says, for Laisvie and Diana, can you tell us something about how the first part of the performance was created? Well, yes, Eva, on the end of the evening, all the artists will come together after our third performance, and then we will hear from them how they did that first part, and we can answer all of your questions. Very unique view of looking at performance. Definitely, yes, I agree. And what else? I think there was more. There was, yeah, like the humor of it. Yes, detail, humor, zooming in, zooming out. It was, what a start. Number 4, Boiler Room Sessions. Let's see. Oh, all these rules. I need to, I'm a bit excited about it. So, what a start. We're going to the second performance. If you're ready for that, after this performance. So the second performance is a solo, and it's by Elsa van der Linden. And I think I'm very happy Elsa is with us here. So you can also meet her because Elsa is a motor in Utrecht for the improvisational music scene and transdisciplinary work. So I like to say something about Elsa so you get to know her. Elsa van der Linden, she graduated from the Conservatory Utrecht. You have heard of that department before because we have had many performers from that department. It's called Musician 3.0, or also now called Music Performance Artist. And after graduation, she started now this year her master in scenography. And this is her first performance where she wants to try to combine her background in music and her research. She made a collection of walks and maps, and she plays with it with a saxophone and metal plates and light. And before we go into that performance, I would also like to say that Elsa van der Linde is, like I said, she's a motor. She's one of the founding members of collective of people called BUI, which stands for the improvisational scene in Utrecht, to enhance that, to give it more body. And they have a website. I will put it online. And they also have a physical space, a creative hub in Utrecht where all artists are working. And that's where she will be performing from. This performance is about 15 minutes long. And please enjoy this performance, and looking forward to seeing you again afterwards. All right. The end of this piece of Elsa.
Hello, very good. Thank you, Elsa. Very, very nice. Such an interesting use of the space in front of the camera. She was using the depth and also behind. So many layers in the space going
Yes,
on.
yes, the layers in the space and in the sound as well. Makes me a bit silent inside, I notice. I'm a bit quiet. Uh, I don't know about you all. Are you quiet or are you loud? I like to hear it. Uh, so let us know your thoughts, your feelings. We are super curious about your feelings, your thoughts, your questions about Elsa's work and her first performance, in which she combines her background in music and her research as a scenograpist. So it's nice to hear some feedback. And of course, we'll hear from her later how she experienced this first performance. How was it for her? I'm very curious. What about you, Laisvie?
Yeah, I also very, it took me to a place of meditation almost that I enjoyed a lot because after performing, you always end up a bit crazy. So I take the opportunity to say hello to the audience tonight, now with the hat of the host, here with Iris, my dear colleague and friend, hosting the Boiler Room sessions. We are already after two performances of the night.
Yes, we are almost we are coming to an end of this evening, and I also like to hear so much of you, Laisvie, but we're going to save that for after the performances. And please give us your informations, your questions, and for the people that are tuning in late, Boiler Room sessions number 4, and we have a super nice lineup tonight, and if you tune in now, you can also relook at the works, the previous works. So if you missed Laisvie and Diana, please watch it again, and also Elsa, but also from the previous weeks, you can still watch them. So, but live is always the best, I think, personally. The live experience doesn't come close to relooking. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take this opportunity, if that's okay with you, Laisvie, to go to our last performance of tonight.
Yes, for sure.
So our last performance is Marc Nukoop. And for those that know me, you know Marc Nukoop is a dear friend of mine. We go long back. And I'm very interested to see his work tonight. It's going to be quite new for me to see this work. So Marc Nukoop is an experimental music performance artist. And he started as a dancer years ago, graduating from the SNDO, and then he starts to become more interested in composing music and sounds. And now in the last years, he's more um, integrating all these worlds in his work as an artist. And he's also in my work, Fragments of Sky, for the people that haven't, we talked about it last week when Ben was our guest, and he's also performing in that piece. And tonight, he will be improvising music with objects and electronics, creating scenes through this medium of Zoom. And he's very interested to create more work, more online work, which is a new research for him. So if you're interested, you can follow him on Instagram and Facebook under his name, Marc Nukoop. So please enjoy the last performance of Marc Nukoop.
Hey, thank you so much, Marc. Wow.
What a piece.
What a piece. So many different scenes and changes.
What a development, huh? A whole piece, a whole performance work. Yes.
Definitely. Yes. It's a very special boiler room session today.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of use of the Zoom medium. People are really working with the camera angle and the scenes you can build zooming in and this layering. It's very also with Elsa, even though she had just one camera position, but just how she used space was already so much aligned with the other artists using the Zoom media. So I'm so curious to hear from our audience some feedback, what people say, what they
Yeah,
question. Yeah.
let me check what we have, and we start to also welcome all the artists one more time. And yeah, so I go to see what comments we have.
First, I applause on behalf of you, the audience, for all the artists. Thank you,
Yes.
Elsa, Marc, Diana, and Laisvie for this evening.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. We have some comments for everyone, but maybe before we go there, I don't know if we want to uh, comment on each other and talk a little bit about what we did tonight. We do, for example, for the first piece, I see this question, Laisvie and Diana, can you tell us something about how the first part of the performance was created? And I'm going to check if I see other questions. But yeah, maybe we can start with that one.
Yes, why not? Yeah.
Okay, so me to me. Or Diana, do you want to talk a little bit about the first part? Okay, yes. Yeah, so we started with a little visual dialogue. That was our intention, just to create this line and dots and we were just trying to have a conversation visually and connecting the two private spaces. That part is improvised. Today it was so perfect, so all the coincidence that it looked a little bit set. But no, it's always improvised, and it's really nice that I think with Diana we were talking about that today, that we are starting to develop this listening that we have so much when you dance with someone. We are trying to develop this through the video call. It's a big question. How do we listen to each other, you know, with the body, and not only with sound? And of course, this is a communication device that uses sound, but this type of listening is different, and little by little is emerging. So that was quite interesting for us.
And how did it go for you, Diana? She's on mute. Yeah. How was this performance for
En
you,
español.
Diana? Yes, Laisvie can translate.
¿Cómo te fue hoy en la función?
Pues es muy emocionante y extraño. Estaba minutos antes preparándome en la sala de mi casa para una función. Entonces era muy raro porque uno generalmente lo hace en un espacio del teatro o un espacio aparte, ¿no? Mi casa como teatro, mi casa como escenario. Entonces era un momento de extrañeza entre mi casa cotidiana, ahora mi casa escénica, ¿no? Mi casa performance. Entonces es interesante.
Sí, voy pedacito porque me queda difícil después con la memoria. So Diana was saying that it was very exciting, but also weird. She was telling us how minutes before she was preparing for performance at home, something that she has never done in the past, and how now our private spaces, our houses, our homes are becoming theaters and yeah, stages for the first time. So this feeling of being at home, but about to perform to the world was quite unique.
Y otra cosa es igual sentir la cercanía de los otros artistas, como estar en este estado de performance, así no esté dentro o participe, como sentirme parte de un colectivo de artistas que estamos presentes, conectados, conectadas.
And even though we are all alone in our homes, that we are not physically together, she still felt connected to a group of artists that were performing together, that were creating together at the same time. So that was also very special.
Yes, I also find it so special that at this moment that we are watching the Boiler Room sessions, that you are in Colombia, and then we had the performance in Cape Town, and last week it was Vancouver. We can just cover the whole world and meet in this square of this device, which is so beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Elsa, I'm so curious about your experience, this first performance where you integrate your musical background and your experience in your as a scenograpist. How was that for you?
Yeah, good question. Was, while I was preparing the performance, I was very in touch with everything I wanted to do. I made a sort of composition, but with a lot of space to improvise with. While playing, I felt a bit like, oh, now I have to switch on. I think I really have to practice more in switching quicker or make it fluid, that I have only one role instead of 3 roles. So that's what I learned today.
Great. Wonderful. And I was also very curious because I think I said it, but probably not clear enough. but you did talk about your interest in having these walks and routes and maps. And maybe you can say a little bit more, because later during the performance, it became more clear with this little white screen, because I could not see what was on it, only later when the projection came. Can you say something about that?
Yeah, so I made a lot of walks and during this Corona period, because I started thinking this is meaningful for me right now, and I decided to collect walks. So I draw them, and I have the routes. I also have the kilometers, how far it was, and where it was. So they are just like, I have a lot at home. And yeah, I'm now actually searching for ways to expose them and to collect new ways of collecting my collection.
Collecting your collections. Oh, did we?
Oh, we lost
her?
Elsa. It's the sound that is not so good. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was me. That it was my device, but okay. Oh, Elsa's still there. I can. We can hear her talk. Maybe.
Maybe she will return in a couple of minutes. Ah, she's here.
I'm here. I don't see you.
I think your connection now is low. So maybe, yeah, if you move a bit.
I'll just go outside.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Elsa will come in back later. I had more questions for her, but we can go all the way. And if we have some chats from you, we love to hear them. So Laisvie, do we have some people that would like to say something about our performances? Maybe the performance of Marc or other questions?
Yeah, well, maybe if Elsa now is here, do you hear us, Elsa, properly?
Is she back?
Am I back?
Yes.
You are back.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yes,
wonderful.
You're back. So yeah, actually, Elsa, Jos Rosier was saying the saxophone part. Wow, and he's asking, Elsa, does the name Steve Coleman ring a bell?
Steve Coleman, yeah, that does. Yeah, for sure.
He's a saxophone player, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
A famous one.
A famous. Okay, now we have loads of bravos and claps for you from the audience. So yeah.
Great.
So yesterday, Elsa was supposed to organize with her Bio Collective a festival for the, what is the, when we the English word of it, a Liberation Day of yesterday at the bunker, because they have their creative hub in a bunker. So what you have seen, so in the bunker, on top of the bunker, around the bunker, there would be all these kinds of performances. I would perform as well. Elsa asked me. Now it is postponed. So this was a little bit of a liberation performance, Elsa.
Could be, yeah. It is a different setup, of course, but yeah, we are here in this bunker, and that's also why my internet connection was weak. I'm now sitting outside, so it's really a bunker for the Cold War. And yeah, we're trying to organize all kinds of stuff right now, but due to Corona, nothing happened. So next year we will have a real liberation festival with more acts. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And Laisvie put her website on the chat, so you can look for it. Elsa van der Linden.nl and the bui.nu. And you. The translation is always a bit weird.
Now.
Nu, exactly. Yeah. So, Marc, how was the performance for you?
Hey, it was challenging. It was interesting stuff happening. I had a bit of technical problems. But you know, I also realized I took a lot on my fork. I don't know exactly.
Your plate. You had a lot on your plate.
It was pretty ambitious. I think what I wanted to achieve, like be a technician and a performer and everything at the same time. But it's also I really wanted to challenge myself doing that, and I think I've discovered a lot, and I think I need some time to unpack all that. But it was also fun. Like solving, okay, yeah, well, something is happening. There was a really weird image for the second part, and of course at that moment I can't really solve it, so you know I have to deal with it. And so it was also very interesting. I'm also really looking forward to seeing it back. But there's a lot in there, and maybe I shouldn't have been so ambitious, but I'm also glad that I was, and I really need to contemplate a bit. It was
you need a little bit of time to let it all sink in what just happened.
Exactly, yeah.
But maybe we can say something about
what happened for you? I mean, I'm also curious about that.
Yeah, well, we really loved it. I mean, Laisvie and I were very happy.
Yes.
Good. Well, I'm happy too. It's just like right after you have all these images and thoughts and feelings going on. So yeah.
I also really felt that tonight there was really like a theme of the boiler room sessions of all the performances. I really felt the 3 performances very connected. Yeah, which was a coincidence. I mean, we tried when we, to have a diverse programming, but like content-wise, you never know what happened. But like I said, all artists use this perspective of this medium, and it was really nice It reminded me also back to the piece of Laisvie and Diana in the beginning, and to create these little scenes and these different perspectives. And it really developed also. There was a development in sound, and then there was the scene I thought a scene change with all these layers of images, and like we're like, wow,
weird. I mean, you can't design that, but that was a true glitch, but also interesting.
It worked so interesting. It was so interesting. I really liked it. We were really wondering, oh my God, how we managed to have all these perspectives.
Happy accidents. That's what it's all about in a way too. Like, I'm also setting myself up for that a little bit. Not so much in the first scene, I think, which is very controlled in a way.
Which I thought was very beautiful also. And it reminded me also very much about Fragments of Sky, but then on a miniature space with and moving, which was very interesting to watch for me.
I felt, I feel connected to that work, but I also felt really connected to the first 2 pieces. They're all lighting, emphasizing, looking at different ways of doing this, but they're like you say, it is all connected in some sense, and I'm very happy actually.
And I have been reading a lot about telematic performance, and when we are working with networks, we always have this instability. We always have to deal with this chaos and with these new things that are unforeseen. Like, it's really part of this type of work. You would think that because we are using computers and telecommunications, everything would be super controlled, right? Everything would be like 1 + 1 is equals 2, and that's actually not the case. That networking is super linked to chaos and to quantum physics, because it's very it has a lot of entropy, and it works with a lot of unexpected things coming up because it's a network, right? And it has so many inputs, and the information is actually shared among this network. It's not in one place, and it's me, the artist, with the meaning, and then I just send it in
Yeah.
one direct way. That's not the case. We have this network, and that changes the whole creation of meaning of art, and also what happens, like this glitch that you're mentioning. For us, it was a super beautiful surprise.
Yeah, I'm really realizing. I mean, yeah, this is something very deep for me, actually, to realize that kind of, well, like you say, entropy, chaos, unexpected. I mean, in a way, you try to control what you can, but maybe it's also time to well, let that go a bit more, even, and see what happens. And so I'm very yeah, I'm glad. Yeah.
I'd like to use just this opportunity. I mean, we can continue our conversation, and also if there is our audience, please mix and mingle and come in with your questions. But before we do that, I also would like to say who's coming next week before you leave the session tonight, and you have no idea who's coming, because I'm very excited about next week. So we have such a great lineup again. So next week we have Barry de Bruin, who is a music performance artist. It's a solo. He's a fantastic singer and a fantastic appearance. And then we have Barbara Pereira and Emmanuel Kramer from Brussels, and it's dance and cello. It's a duet. And then we also have Lime Ricky International from the US, and it's a voice, dance, sound performance. And it's going to be a little bit rock and roll. I foresee next week, like
great
raw work. So
yeah,
that is next week. So if you can stay with us for a moment, or see you next week. These people. Yeah. So do we have more chats before we close the evening, Laisvie? Are there questions answered?
Actually, are more comments than questions. People are saying like, great story through sound and objects. Thank you, Marc. What a journey. All 3 performances were great. Thank you for sharing your work. Mi casa como escenario. I love these 2 boundaries between private and public are blurred. I felt really in all 3 works tonight. Thank you, hosts and performers. And yeah, I think now people slowly are leaving the session. So yeah, we can say goodbye for tonight.
And see you next week, everyone.
Thank you, Elsa, Marc, Diana. Adios.
Bye-bye.